Hey, and welcome to the Covert Messenger Pro video tutorial. First of all, thank you very much for upgrading your plugin to the Pro version, and welcome to this tutorial. Now, here I'm going to cover how to install the plugin, how to configure and use the Covert Messenger Pro plugin, and finally some tips and tricks for getting the best results out of using this. First of all, in order to download your Covert Messenger Pro plugin, all you have to do is click the link below this video. If you click that link now, it will download a zip file to your computer. And just remember where you place that zip file on your computer, because you need to find it again when you head into your WordPress admin area to install the plugin. So download the file below this video now and remember where you put it. And right now I'm going to head into my own WordPress admin area to show you how to install the plugin and how to use it. So if we head over to WordPress here, you can see that this is our test blog, which is just a normal WordPress install that we haven't done anything with except making some test posts and whatever, just to illustrate how this works. And it's just running the normal default theme, which I think is called 2011 nowadays. And this is the admin dashboard for my blog. Now, in order to install a plugin, you go down here to Plugins in the menu and click on Add New. And then you click on Upload. And if you put your cursor in your box here and click on Browse, you will get a pop-up, and here you then find your file and select it. And now I put it in this plugin file so it's easy to find. The file you're looking for is called Covert Messenger-pro.zip. And this might have been downloaded to your downloads folder, or to your desktop, or to wherever you normally download stuff to. So you locate this file, you mark it, and you open it. And when it's put in there, you click on Install Now, and WordPress will automatically install your plugin. And now that it's installed, all you have to do is activate the plugin by clicking this link here. Now here's a warning message. If you had previously installed the Covert Messenger standard plugin and then tried to install the Pro version here, you'll get this warning message saying that you must deactivate the standard version of Covert Messenger. And that's because if you try to run both at the same time, they will actually interfere with each other. And now that you have the upgraded version, there's no reason to use the standard one, because the features in the standard one is already been imported into your Pro upgrade as well. So you can go ahead and deactivate the standard version. If you never install the standard version, obviously you won't see this warning. So I'll just click here, find the Covert Messenger standard version, deactivate it, and the warning goes away. So down here under settings, you'll see that you have a new menu called Covert Messenger Pro, and in that you have your Messenger 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And what that means is that you can actually run 5 different Covert Messenger ads on your blog at any given time. And then you have the reports link down here where you get your stats on ads displays, click-through rates, and so on for the ads you have running. But for now, we're going to head into Messenger 1. And this is where you set up your ad. Before we get into that though, I just want to point out that there's a couple of links up here. First, here you have a link that says click here to see our latest WordPress plugins. As the link says, it will take you to a page where we list our new WordPress plugins as we launch them. Or if we find other plugins that we recommend, we'll put on that page too. So once in a while, head over to that page and keep up to date with what's going on. Then here's a help link that I'll just open up so we can see it. This one has some text explanation of the various menu settings in your Covert Messenger Pro admin area, so you can go in here and read in detail about what I'm showing you in this video. Plus, here is a link to send us a support ticket if you need to do that. So that's the click here for help link. Alright, with that out of the way, we're ready to set up our first Covert Messenger ad in the Pro version here. First of all, you'll notice that there are variation 1, variation 2, and variation 3. And what that means is that you can actually have 5 different ads at any given time, and each of those 5 ads can have 3 different variations that you then split test against each other. Now you don't need to use variation 2 and variation 3, you can just use the one, or you can use 2, it's completely up to you, but the option is there to have 3 different variations for each of the 5 ads. Now we're just going to set up variation 1 here, because when you set up one, setting up the others are, it's just the same stuff you're doing, but you would then change the text a bit or use a different template and then see what works out best. But let's set up the first one here. First thing we need to do is choose a template. You have a preview area out here and I'll show you what the template looks like. And as you can see, we have the AIM templates, the Facebook ones in different sizes, ICQ templates, MSN, Yahoo templates, and then we have what we call a chat bar, and there's one in blue here, and as you can see it has the chat field here with the blinking cursor, the input field, the little icon and the chat countdown here. This is made to very much mimic Facebook, and this one gets really good click-through rates. You can use that in red or in gray or in blue. And we also in the Pro version added these chat boxes that again highly tries to mimic a real chat to get people to click here to actually try to engage in chat. And that will, of course, when they click there, open up whatever link you've set the page to go to. And I just want to stress again that Covert Messenger, and the hint is in the name Covert, it's not actually meant to be a chat program. This is meant to be something that mimics a chat program in order to get clicks to whatever it is you want to get clicks to. Now, what you put in here in the text is completely up to you. I mean, you can put it this way: you can do good and you can do evil. The level of deceptiveness is completely up to you. You can be totally honest about it not being a real chat, or you can totally go for trying to make it look like a real chat even though it isn't. So that is completely up to you. But certainly with a template like this one, where it's a message and then you can say click here to, like, that's not really mimicking a real chat. Whereas if you choose to use something like that, you're really counting on the fact that people think they're using a real chat program. So it's about what you put in the text here, but it's also very much about which templates you choose to use. So it all depends on what you're trying to do and how you're trying to achieve it. Anyway, when you've chosen a template, now I'm just going to go with this red chat box one here. Next thing you want to do is change the from field up here, and you can write anything you want in this area. I'm just going to write my own name here. Or obviously this can be anything you want, and it doesn't even have to say from here. You can completely delete that and write anything you want in this field, as long as it fits this area in your template up here. And that's from field set. Next is you want to do the message, and you can go ahead and delete this. This is just a placeholder text. And then it's time to write your message. And you will notice that this is the visual editor. It's completely like the post visual editor in WordPress. So in other words, when you go to make a WordPress post, this is what you see. So it's exactly the same, and this should be familiar to you, and you can do all the same stuff as you can in the post area, including switching to HTML and doing it in raw HTML if you prefer to do so. Now, first thing I want to do here is insert an image, and again, this is like the post area in WordPress. You click the little camera music note thing here, that's the add media button, and then you drag something into here, and in this case this is actually my Facebook profile picture I dragged in there. Now what you want to do down here is make sure it's aligned left. Probably want to remove the link so the image doesn't link to itself, which it does by default, so I'll click none there. And then you can choose sizes in here and just choose insert to post. And bingo, I've inserted an image into my post. And you could align this centered or left or right or whatever you want. Right now I have it aligned left. As in WordPress, if you click the image, you get the option to edit it. So you can, for example, change the size, its alignment, the link. And one thing you want to do here in the advanced settings is going down and set a horizontal space for at least 5, and this is the space between the image and the text. In other words, the margin from the image to before the text starts. It's a very good idea to have, otherwise it can seem a bit crowded. And you can do a vertical space as well if you want to. So now I have an image set in there, and it's time to write some text. Now I'm just going to write some quick text. Because this is really a chat kind of template, I'm going to go with that and say something like this. So this is like Soren says hi, and then Soren says want to chat, and then Soren says hi there. Yeah, that looks good to me. And now, because this is the visual editor, I can go in here and change fonts and stuff. Let's just try Tahoma. Say I want it bold. Bigger font size maybe. And then I want to try centering this one. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then I can do this in a different color. Maybe blue. As you can see, everything I do in here shows up immediately in the preview window, so you can see exactly what you're doing. So, just made a basic chat thing here where I have my image here. I have I use my name, I use a blue font, have some text. This is just a quick illustration of what you can do. And as you see, you can use it italic text, underline text, all the different colors, background colors for text, and alignment and all that good stuff. And if there's something, this is fully like a WordPress post. So if there's stuff that you can't immediately do in the visual editor that you want to do, then you can go into HTML mode and just do it by hand in there. But at least I say I'm quite happy with this for now, and that this is going to be my Covert Messenger ad. Next step is to set the link that people go to when they click on your ad, and by that I mean this entire Covert Messenger here is one big link for whatever you put down here. So if they go here, click anywhere in here, or click here, or click the send button, or click whatever here, they're going to be taken to the link that you specify down here. And this can be a link to your own site, a sales page, affiliate link, CPA offer. Again, whatever it is you're trying to achieve by using the Covert Messenger ad. The only exception is that the X up here is actually a closed link. This will close the ad. Anywhere else they click on here will open the link you specify down here. So here you put in your link. Remember the http:// and then just your link to whatever it is. Now there's one important thing to note here in the Pro version, that you can specify a link for each of the variations. So this is the link for ad variation 1. If I set up ad variation 2, I can use the same link if I want by putting it in again, or I can use a completely different link. So that's up to you. So you can set a different link for each ad variation. Right now I'm just going to leave it as the default yourdomain.com. The next setting here is to decide whether the URL should open in the same window or in a new window. I'm going to select new window here, and then you get to choose if you want the Covert Messenger ad to display everywhere in your blog, which is the default. That means any page on your blog that loads, the ad will show on. You can check this one to only show it on the front page. Or you can go down here and start selecting to say this should show on. I just set up some sample pages, page 1, page 2, and sample page, and sample categories and whatever. Obviously here you would have a list of your real pages on your blog or your real categories. But you can say this particular ad should only show on page 1, or it should show on page 1 and page 2. Or you can go in here and say this particular ad should show on these categories for the category page only, or only for posts within the category, or for both of those. Or you can go here and say this particular ad should show on these pages. And here you would then enter like every post on your WordPress blog has a numerical ID, and it doesn't matter if you use permalinks. Every post has an ID in the database, and if you go into the link that says all posts and hover over the edit link for each post, you can read the numerical ID for your post. So this could, for example, be like show this on post number 4, 6, and 76, for example. But you can specify either one post or a list of posts that this one should show on. Now for demonstrations here, I'm just going to say this one should show up everywhere. The next setting here is to have it show immediately or delayed. Default is 0, which means that as soon as the page loads, the ad will pop up. You can set this to any number of seconds you want. For example, wait 5 seconds until the ad pops, or 10 seconds or 15 seconds, or whatever you want. Height delay is how long the ad should stay up for. Default is 0, which means that once it's up, it just stays up until people leave your blog or close the ad. If I, for example, put 20 in here, and that's 20 seconds, that means after 20 seconds the ad will disappear again. Tied to that function is the reshow delay, and that means when hidden, how long before it shows again. So right now we have it set here to 0, which means it shows immediately but goes away after 20 seconds. Then it says 0 here, which means it will not show again. If I change this to 5, for example, what we have here now is an ad that shows immediately, goes away after 20 seconds, and pops up again after 5 seconds. Then goes away again after 20 seconds, pops up again after 5 seconds, and so on. So you can use this to make a looping ad. But again, I'm just going to set these to 0 for now. And then finally you have days before reshow, and that is tied to the close X button here. If people close your ad, how many days before it's shown again? 0 means it always shows. That means that if they close your ad will load the next time they load your page or reload your page. If I set this to 1, it means that if they close the ad, it will not show again for the next 24 hours, even if they reload the page. But then if they come back after 1 day, it will start showing again. Or you can set this to 2 days or 7 days, or 100 days, whatever you want. And again, 0 means that it will always show. When you're testing this setting for yourself, you can go in here and just clicking this button real quick will clear your own cookie. So so it's possible for you to test this. And then finally we have the play sound option, which basically just means yes or no. Should the ad play a sound when it pops up? And note that with the reshow thing here, it won't play a sound. It will only play a sound the first time it pops up. And you can select yes to have it do that, or no to not have it do. We'll just put sound on just to show you here. So let's say I'm now happy with all my settings, with my link, with how my ad looks. Then I click on Update Settings. And finally I click on Set Active to have my ad go active. And then if I go out here and refresh, then the ad will show. And there's the ad and a little sound to go with it. And yeah, you can turn that sound off, or you can have it on, whatever you want. And what happens down here is if people click anywhere on this ad, and usually what they would do is click here to start chatting, it will open up the link you specified, which in this case was the yourdomain.com, which doesn't really do anything. So we're just gonna close that again. But that's how it works. As you see, people can close the ad. And just to quickly show you the delay and stuff here, let's say show up after 2 seconds, hide after 2 seconds, and yep, show after 2 seconds, hide after 2 seconds, re-show after 2 seconds. Let's try that. This will create quite a little light show. So this is just testing a feature. But as you can see, the ad is then moving up and down there, and it only plays the sound the first time, and it will just keep going like that. Obviously you want longer time periods for your ad, because this is just slightly insane. And I managed to find the X button there during the 2 seconds. No, I didn't. Now I think I did. I really didn't. I think I need to give myself some more time to catch that one, otherwise this is not going to work. So if we get 20 seconds there, and just try it again, because I wanted to show you the feature when I close the ad, which I probably already did. Okay, now I'm just goofing around here, so let's clear my cookie, update my settings, and try to load it again. There we go. So that's the ad. So if I now close the ad, because I have it set to not show for 1 day, the ad will not show up now. If I come back 24 hours later, the ad will start showing again. And as you see, I can go in here for testing purposes, clear my own cookie, and yeah, it will start popping again, like that. Okay, so that's how you set up an ad. So, and we set up variation 1 now. You could then set up variation 2 using a different template. We use the red chat box. So here, for example, use the blue chat box to test that against it. You just do exactly the same as you did before, or you can have variation 3 set up that up. If you don't want to use variation 2 or variation 3, just have it set to none in the setting here, and then you just run the 1. And then Messenger 2, 3, 4, and 5 are exactly the same. It just means that that you can run 5 at any given time, which means that you could, for example, have one ad that runs on these pages, one that runs on these categories, one that runs on these post pages and whatever. And there's some, in the help file here, there's some documentation about how that works. For example, you can have one ad that is set to show everywhere, and then one ad that's set to show on these pages and whatever, and they won't actually show 2 ads at the same time. The script is made so it picks the one that is most relevant, but that is all documented in the help file here. Now, the final thing I want to show you is the report settings. And what happens here is you get all the stats here. Now I only set up Messenger at 1, and I only use 1 template, and that one got 8 impressions and 1 click for a click-through percentage of 12.5%. Now if I've set up more here, you know, it could have said chatbox template blue and maybe ICQ big template, and then I could split test these against each other, and I'll get all the stats here. The combined stats for this particular ad is that for each of the variations, and then I can pick which one is the winner and run with that one, or try to beat it with another combo. And you can reset the stats here as well. If I click reset, it will reset the stats here. And you get a stat report for each of your 5 messengers in here. So that is pretty much how it works. Don't think there's much more to say in here, so I think I'm going to go back to the slideshow and go through the rest of the tutorial. So if we head back to WordPress here and just talk about some tips and tricks for getting the best results out of using the Covert Messenger Pro plugin. And first thing I want to say is use the delay effect I just showed you. First thing is, we found that it's less effective if they see the Covert Messenger ad right away. If you wait a few seconds, it will usually catch their attention much better because they've already started reading or doing something on your site, so they're paying attention to your site. Most often, people open multiple links, and they may wait for your site to load until they go there and whatever. So having a slight delay on your ad will usually get better results, but obviously this is something you want to test. Another thing I want to say with the delay effect and the reshow effect, and use that stuff because there's a psychological factor in if a chat window pops up and people don't react to it and it disappears, they kind of feel like they missed out on something, and then when it reappears, they'll have their full attention on it. So that whole hide and reshow effect can be used to boost your click-through rates. So totally play with that, implement it, and see what you can do with that. Next thing I want to say here is time your ad with likely interaction on your site, and that has to do with what are people on your site for. Are they there to watch a long video? In that case, you can have a longer delay and kind of time it with what they're actually watching in the video. If they're on a site where they're reading a long article, you have a bigger time window, and you can kind of time it to when they have read a certain part of your article. Or you might have a blog page that has very little content on it. It's basically a splash page or whatever that people don't spend a lot of time on. In that case, you don't want to have a big delay on it. So the delay and the show and reshow and all that, you kind of want to time that to what people are doing on your site and how much time they spend on your site as well. And then finally, and most importantly, you need to relate your Covert Messenger to what people are seeing on your site. And that means that, you know, I just had I built a very quick chat ad, where is it like, I'm Soren Jordansen, do you want to chat with me and whatever. I mean, that only works if they actually know who Soren Jordansen is and they are on a site where they expect to meet Soren Jordansen. You know, another example is if you run a blog about, you know, reviewing Amazon books, you know, fictional books or something like that, and then you pop up a dating ad, you know, and you're not going to get any action from that, or the other way around either. So the content and the offer and what people click through to in your ad has to match what you have on your site, otherwise it won't really work. Now obviously this kind of ad is very powerful for dating, but you know, only if you put it on the site that actually has dating content or people interested in dating on it. And it's not just for dating, you can use it to advertise anything, but you have to match it to what people actually come to your blog for. Moving on to tips and tricks for best results, page 2. And one of the things we found is really good is to use it to give a discount or a coupon. Especially if you have a review blog or you know, tips and tricks about doing different kind of things, and there's a product related to that, pop up the Covert Messenger telling them about a discount to what they're actually reading about right now, and link to Amazon or whatever affiliate program it is you're trying to sell. Or use it to say, pop up and say, hey, do you like the article you're writing now? I actually wrote a longer version in an ebook. Click here to go download it, and then have an opt-in page, a link to an opt-in page and stuff like that. So it's always powerful to offer people a discount or a coupon or a freebie. And the powerful thing with Covert Messenger is that you can make it look like you are actually personally popping up and saying, hey, I love it that you're reading my site, would you like more, or would you like a discount? and so on, which is insanely powerful. Another great way to use it is for testimonials. If you're trying to sell something on your blog, if your blog is a sales page, and if you have testimonials, especially if you have testimonials with pictures, put them in a Covert Messenger ad and make that pop up, because that adds a real extra effect to the testimonials. First of all, people will notice it more than they will a normal testimonial, and it just adds to the social proof of the testimonial to have it pop up in a chat box. And finally, another powerful strategy is to use animated GIF images in your Messenger ads. So if you can make an animated GIF yourself, or if you don't, you can find a graphic artist that can do it for next to nothing on Fiverr. But basically, you can make something that mimics that you're actually typing live. Imagine that one line appears at a time, and you can do that in an animated GIF. And if you do that, it becomes really, really powerful. So think about that, using an animated GIF in your ad, or using a small video in it is possible. You can embed videos and stuff in your Messenger ads. Obviously, they have to be quite small to fit in there, and I would recommend doing it in an animated GIF anyway, and just make it look like it's an actual video. But definitely a powerful strategy. And finally, I just want to say, get creative. There's really nothing you can't put in a Covert Messenger ad, and there's really nothing you can't use it for. So just get creative, test things out. Because the thing is, a Messenger ad will get people's attention like pretty much nothing else you can put on your blog, and they're very likely to click on it too. And then the rest is, of course, up to you. It gets their attention, it gets their click, and then it's up to you to get them to opt in or sell something on the page that they actually go to. So finally, thanks again for ordering the Covert Messenger Pro plugin, and good luck with your campaigns. I hope you have a ton of success using this plugin. And if you have any questions or comments, please use the support link below to send us a ticket, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. The support link ticket is at the bottom of this page. But thanks again for ordering, and thanks for watching this video.